I haven't talked to one of my friends in a while, and he had texted me and asked me how am I doing? How am I feeling? And I told him I'm trying to basically move it on up in a world that is clearly sinking. And I had to look at my text for like 5 minutes straight. Like, if you look at the United States for what it is right now, United States is really sinking. It's sinking. And it's like to be an American citizen right now and trying to move it ahead or trying to get ahead, it's like you are climbing up a mountain that is really falling. Like the mountain is falling, but you still trying to climb that mountain to get to the top. And the more you climb, when you think you reach the top, you're not there yet. It's like things are just deteriorating, and it's causing us to stress more, to work more, to be more distressed. It's really chaotic in the physical and in the spiritual. Because you got many people that is losing their jobs. The cost of living is so damn high. Food is so damn high. And then gas prices, not only is it going up, but they are bothering without gas. Like, I usually can put $40 in my car from E to F. $40 will fill it up. Now $40 don't even put it on F anymore. And then I can drive basically 40 miles and you would think that I drove 80. Like, but I already know that all of this is properly designed to get us to get into the New World Order. Because they already told us back in 2022 that by year 2035, 85% more than 85% of cars is going to be electric. So how is 85% of cars is going to be on the street within the next 8 to 9 years if gas is still perfect, if people are still relying on their gas fuel cars? So they got to do something to our cars in order for us to not want them, in order for us to want to go to electric cars. How do they expect for us to go to the digital dollar if they doesn't do anything to the cash dollars? How do they expect for us to submit to the new government if they don't deteriorate the old government? So it is what it is. That's just like us. How they expect for us to be the new kind of human that they create if they doesn't get rid of the old humans. So right now, like I've been saying for years, all we is watching is the fall of the old earth. We is watching the fall of the old way of life, of the old generation. And we is watching the new life rise, the new generation rise, the new way of life rise. We are watching the new world order. And this new world order have been in effect for hundreds of years. Every president that has ever existed has talked about it. It's just that we didn't know what they were talking about it. Nixon talked about it. Reagan talked about it. Clinton talked about it. John F. Kennedy talked about it. Bush talked about it. Obama talked about it. Everybody talked about it. We just didn't know what the New World Order system was. And now we see what the New World Order system is. And in order for this new world that they are trying to create, in order for this new world that man is trying to create, because you got two new worlds. You got the new world that Christ is creating that is already in effect. And then you got the new world that man, because man only emulates what Christ has. See, man is trying to be like Christ. So everything that Christ do, man is trying to emulate it. So the new earth and the new world is already here. So man is trying to emulate the new world, the new earth. So this is why we are coming into the new world order system. This is why we are coming into the golden ages. If y'all don't know what the golden ages consist of, then I talk about that on another video. So this is why we are coming into the transition of the new earth that we see coming, because they know that Christ is coming with the new earth. So what they trying to do is emulate that, so that case they can have their new earth. And the new earth that man is going to create is going to be the new heaven. Because if you take this mark of the beast, as long as you serve in the beast, you will no longer starve anymore. You will no longer be thirsty anymore. You don't really have to work because robots is going to take over. So man is basically emulating and copying off of Christ. Because when Christ finally revealed itself and we go to the world that we originally come from, go to our new world, we will no longer starve anymore. We will no longer be hungry anymore. We will live in peace and tranquility. You know, we will live in abundance. We will never have to work anymore. But the thing about us is that we don't have to worship anybody, because we will understand that we are the gods and God and Christ dwells within us. But man is trying to emulate that. And the difference is that in the world that man is trying to create, the new earth, the new heaven, you are going to have to worship someone. That's the only difference. And you will have a God. So man only been emulating Christ's work, because everything that happens in the spiritual, man tried to emulate it in the physical. And that's all we is watching, people. The only thing that we experiencing in life right now is man emulating Christ. And man knows that he cannot emulate Christ, but he's going to do the best that he can. This is why we are falsely indoctrinated with the lie, because the majority of the people is going to go with that indoctrinated lie, because they're not aware of Christ's true work. They're not aware of Christ. So if you're not aware of who Christ really is, you are going to fall into that fake, doctrinated, false God that had been programming us since birth. And right now, over 90% of the population is indoctrinated with that false God that has been giving us these lies. So this is what we are witnessing, people. This is the transition. This is why some people are going to transition with Christ and some people are going to transition with man. This is why you have to really know who Christ is. And to be real honest, the majority of the earth don't really know who Christ is. Because if they actually found out and knew who Christ really was, 90% would deny it, because they have been falsely indoctrinated to look and seek something else and for someone else. So we are basically in a amazing timeline, because we are in a timeline where a lot of us is actually going to see Christ. And a lot of us is going to see Christ and don't know who Christ is. And we are going to see the Antichrist. And a lot of us is going to know who the Antichrist is. But the only difference is about the chosen ones. We are aware of who Christ and the Antichrist is. The only difference with the sleepy ones, they don't know who Christ is. They only know who the Antichrist is. So we are living in a amazing timeline. It's just that, you know, you got some of us who's awakened, and you got some of us who's asleep. So this is an amazing time, but yet it's scary at the same time, because the transition can be very horrific.